Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are talking about something I think we've all been there. That feeling of being just totally drained, completely overwhelmed. Well, we're going to build a practical toolkit to help you fight back. And we're calling it the Mental First Aid Kit.
So have you ever hit that wall? You know the one where your focus just completely disappears and everything feels like too much? Well, if that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. And trust me, you are definitely not alone. This explainer is for you.
Okay, so what are we really talking about when we say mental fatigue? First things first, this is not some kind of personal failing or a sign of weakness. Not at all. The research is super clear on this. It's actually a natural response to the just constant demands of modern life. It's something that drains our focus and our energy. Now, to make all these solutions easy to remember and, actually use when you need them, we're going to frame them in a way that just makes sense. Think of it like this. It's your personal mental first aid kit. So here's how we're going to build out our kit. We'll start with immediate first aid. Then we'll move into rebuilding strength. And after that, crafting resilience. And finally, we'll wrap it all up with the path to balance.
All right, first up, immediate first aid. So I want you to think of these as your emergency supplies. These are for that exact moment when you feel that wave of overwhelm just about to crash down on you. It's all about triage, right? Quick actions for instant relief.
So the whole point here is to interrupt that stress cycle with a really simple physical action. And as you can see, these are small things, right? Just breathing, changing your scenery, listening to some music. You definitely don't have to do all of them, just pick one. The goal is to create that crucial, much-needed breathing room for your mind.
And this is why these small actions actually work. They're not just distractions, not at all. They have a real physiological effect on your body. What they do is activate something called the parasympathetic nervous system. Just think of it as your body's built-in calm-down switch. It literally shifts you out of that high-alert fight-or-flight mode. It's like hitting a biological reset button.
Okay, so once you've applied that initial bandage, it's time to really focus on healing. This next section is all about rebuilding your strength. We're moving beyond that immediate relief and into the consistent habits that restore your energy over time. You can think of these as the vitamins and the physical therapy for your mind. So these strategies for rebuilding strength, they're really all about nourishment. And yeah, they might seem kind of basic, but their real power is in their consistency. It's about consciously making time for the things that physically and mentally recharge you, whether that's getting enough rest, moving their body, or diving into a hobby you absolutely love.
I love this quote because it really points to a core mindset shift we have to make. I mean, so many of us feel guilty for taking a break, right? But rest isn't being lazy. It's a strategic investment in your own well-being. It's literally what you do to get back your focus, your creativity, and your ability to think clearly.
Rebuilding strength also means you've got to manage your energy like it's a battery. And this isn't about just cutting people off. It's about making a conscious choice. We need to intentionally spend more of our time with the people and the activities that charge us up and really protect our energy from the stuff that just drains us.
And look, a huge part of protecting that energy is simply learning to say no. Seriously, overcommitting ourselves is one of the fastest ways to get to burnout. Saying no is not selfish. It is a critical skill for guarding your time and ultimately for rebuilding your strength.
Okay, so we've covered the immediate actions and the rebuilding habits. Now we're going to shift gears. We're moving from what you do to how you think. And this is the deep foundational work. This is what builds a resilient mindset that can protect you from fatigue in the future. The first pillar of resilience is self-compassion. And let's be honest, our inner critic can be our own worst enemy, right? It just drains our energy with all that negative self-talk. So the goal here is really simple, at least in concept. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a good friend who is struggling.
Our thoughts have such a powerful ability to shape our reality. So a really key resilience skill is to just start noticing those repetitive, unhelpful thoughts, the ones they just run on a loop in your head. And when you catch one, challenge it. Ask yourself, straight up, is this thought actually 100% true? And
Is it helping me right now?
Okay, this next one sounds so simple, but the effect is really profound. The practice of gratitude. It actively trains your brain to scan for the positive. Just taking a moment each day to notice what you're thankful for helps shift your focus away from what's wrong or what's stressful and toward what's right in your life.
And the final pillar here is simplification. Think about it. Every commitment, every choice we have to make, even the physical clutter in our space, it all consumes mental energy. So by intentionally reducing all of that, by letting go of what isn't really essential, you actively create more mental space for your mind to just breathe. And what's so important to remember is that these 4 strategies, they aren't just separate tactics you pick and choose from. They're interconnected pillars. Self-compassion, challenging those negative thoughts, focusing on the positive, and simplifying your life, they all work together, each playing an equal and vital role in building that lasting resilience.
All right, so we've basically unboxed the entire kit, right? We have the immediate first aid, we have the strength-building habits, and we have the long-term resilience mindsets. Now let's put it all together. Okay, so think of this as your cheat sheet. This lays out the entire toolkit for you, everything from those immediate actions you can take in a crisis, all the way to the long-term mindsets that build lasting wellness. It's your guide all in one place. And please remember, this path to balance, it's not about doing everything all at once. It's a process. It's all about small, consistent steps. So I want to leave you with an empowering question to get you started. Looking at this entire toolkit, what is just one small thing you will choose to do for yourself today?